What is going on, guys? It is your boy Colas, and I'm back here with another video. And today's video is a little different. As you can see, I'm on MUT 15. I'm gonna be telling all the people that are kind of new to MUT how they can get started in MUT. As you can see, my team's overall is pretty low right now, but it's because I'm working on the dual style master because I really want to get that Earl Thomas III from the Roadmaster set. But anyways, today I'm going to be talking about something that I haven't seen anybody talk about on YouTube, which is head-to-head seasons. Now, if you're just starting MUT and you got a gold team and you're in rookie second string, and you know a little bit about what you're doing, you're going to be winning some head-to-head season games. And because you're winning head-to-head season games, you're going to be getting these things, and they're called, they're collectibles, and they're called like seasoned veteran collectibles. And these seasoned veteran collectibles are used for you can use them for a really good player that you're going to get that's potentially better than any player on your team. If you have a low team that's in rookie second string, you get a max rated head season games. You get one for avoiding demolition, one for making it to the playoffs. I think one for first round bye. I'm not sure about all of them, but all you need is 10 to complete the set, which isn't too hard if you actually have a half decent team and you're just grinding out seasons. But also there are cards like hidden gems. I won't be going over any in this video, but there's a lot of hidden gems in this game. For example, you got an 83 overall center. I think he plays for the Dolphins or the Chargers. I'm not sure, some lower team, but he's got 90 pass block and 91 run block, which is amazing for an 83 overall gold card who is only going for around 3,000 coins. So you can also pick up hidden gems to help you compete in these head-to-head season games. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Just playing head-to-head season games to build up a better team from seasoned veteran cards. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be showing y'all the seasoned veteran cards and which ones you want to keep and which ones you want to sell to maybe pick up players that are better. So I'll be right back with those cards pulled up. Alright guys, I'm back here with your seasoned veteran cards pulled up, and I'll be telling y'all which ones y'all need to keep and which ones I think y'all need to sell depending on your team. Starting off with the Mercedes Lewis. This card, it's a pretty good tight end. It's got 80 speed and it's got 80 run block, which is amazing. So I might actually have to pick up this card later as like a secondary tight end for just run blocking. So I'm glad I actually looked at that. But this card, it's actually a really good card to keep because of that 80 run blocking if you use him in the right way. Especially since he's only going for 15k, you can just keep him and build up the 15k by playing solo challenges. Alright guys, the next player we have here is the Brickshaw Ferguson. I hope I said that right. But this dude, he's alright. He's going for around 20k. He's got 86 run block and 95 pass block, which can be pretty good. And he's got 72 speed, which would be good for a pulling guard maybe if you're using him as a pulling guard. But then again, all these cards are here, and you're going to want to sell them if you have certain play styles and other certain players at that position. So you have another high overall gold or a hidden gem at that position that has better stats than this guy. Well, you're obviously going to want to keep that card and sell this card. And say all you really do is run the ball. Well, since this dude only has 86 run block, you're probably going to want to sell this card and pick up a card with higher run block. That probably goes for a little bit lower than this card, maybe a higher overall gold, maybe even a hidden gem. But then again, if all you do is pass the ball, this might be a good card for you because it does have 95 pass block, and since it's going for 20k, you might not find another good elite card with 95 pass block. If we also look at his pass block strength and footwork, he had 94 and 97. And I talked about this in my last video, but I'll go over it real quick. What strength and footwork is? Strength is basically the power move. Like if you have 94 strength and the other dude has 70 power move, it's probably not going to be getting too many power moves to go on you because you have more strength than he does in that category. The footwork is for finesse move. So if you have 97 block footwork, and then the other dude you're playing has 88 finesse move, most of the time you're going to be keeping him from getting by you with that finesse move because your footwork is better. And as he's trying to spin off your block, you'll be able to position your feet to where you're still there to keep him on the block. A lot of people say that doesn't mean anything, but I think it does. So again, this card all depends on your style and how you play. Alright, the next card we'd have here, guys, is a Ryan Clark. This card can be good for certain situations, but if you're just starting out MUT and you're just starting out Madden, I suggest that you sell this card, because the only way I see it being any good is if you're using him or if you're always sending him on like specified blitzes. And most people who are just starting off Madden aren't very good at it. So this guy, yeah, I wouldn't suggest keeping since he only has 56 catching. He does have 92 hit power, but then again, he won't be making all the hits on your team. So I do suggest selling this card for around 25K. The next card I have here is a Michael Vick. And again, it all depends on your play style for this card. As you see, it has 93 speed, which is amazing. And if you watch my videos, you know that I use an 85 overall RG3, and he has 92 speed. But I run a lot of short dink and dunk passes, screens, slants, and a bunch of other stuff like that. I go deep occasionally, but that's when I'm just throwing it up to one of my star receivers. But if all you do is run read options and run the ball and scramble around, this is a card for you, because it has 93 speed and its throw stats are half decent. But if you're a pocket passer and you like to stay in the pocket most of the time, this dude only has 84 throw accuracy and 80 throw accuracy mid. However, his throw power is a 97 and his throw accuracy deep is 88, which is really good. But that throw accuracy short and throw accuracy mid is really bad, because I played with this card and he had a lot of underthrows that were going in the dirt and overthrows for me. So again, if you are a scrambling quarterback and you like to do the read option, play with this card. But if you're more of a pocket passer and all you do is really pass, this is not the card for you, and you're probably going to want to sell it. Alright guys, next card we have here is a Steve Smith Sr. And this is actually a really good card, especially if you're just starting out MUT, because if you're in like rookie strings or whatever, you're probably going to be getting past your defenders with this card and running good routes. He only has 85 route running, which is okay for a receiver, but he only has 78 release. Now, if you're one of those guys that just likes to bomb it up deep to your receivers when he's being pressed or whatever, this isn't going to be the card for you. This is a card that's going to run slant, it's going to run routes, and he's going to get open down the field. But if you're just throwing it up to him hoping that he'll catch it over somebody, this isn't the card for you, because he's only 5'9". Alright, our next card is going to be Antonio Gates, guys. Now, this card is the opposite of Mercedes Lewis. If you want a card that can run routes and make plays for your team, and you pull this card, this is a good card for you, because as you can see, it has 94 catching, 92 catching traffic, 84 route running, 90 release, and 88 speed, which is pretty darn good. But if you want a tight end that can run block a lot, because you run a lot, this isn't the card for you. This is only 64 run block. So what I would do if you pulled this card and you wanted a tight end that could run block, I'd sell this card for around 30,000. Then I'd pick up the Mercedes Lewis for around 15,000, because it does have 80 run block. The next card we have here is Vince Wilfork. I don't care what kind of team you have. This is a defensive tackle. It isn't going to affect your play style. Pick up this card if you get it. Keep it. Because that has 95 block shed, 96 power move. Amazing. 45 finesse move. That's not going to be a problem with you, especially if you're just starting out MUT and you're using this card. All you do is get off the line and press square, because square is power move and X is the finesse move. So just make sure you don't press the finesse move button. Now, if you're not using this card, it'll be a little different, because sometimes it might finesse move when you don't want it to. But that's okay. Most of the time, I have a 92 overall, and that normally never happens to me. And it does have 91 tackling as well. So that's always good. This is always a good card if you want somebody that can run stuff up the middle. But the thing that puts me over the top of this card that tells me to tell you to keep it all the way is this 94 play rate. If y'all don't know what that means that this card is going to be jumping screens left and right. If your opponent runs a screen, he's going to jump it, hands down, with that 94 play rate. I do have this guy on my team, actually. I have a 92 overall Football Outsider. But since you're just starting out MUT and you don't have too many coins, imagining, I'd just keep this card. The next card we have here is the Lance Briggs. Now this card is an okay card depending on your playstyle. Again, if you're using this card is really, really good because it has 93 speed, 95 play rate, 93 pursuit, and 88 block shed, and 94 tackling. So it's going to be really good at run stuffing. So this is probably a really good card to use her. Now let's just take a look at his catching real quick. It's got 67 catching, so it might not drop too many picks. I don't know. But if I got this card, I'd definitely be trying to use her at most. But if you're not going to use her in linebackers and zones, you could stick him at left end or right end and see if you can get any good block sheds with that 93 speed. Actually, let's go ahead and look at his power move and finesse move real quick. So he had 81 power move, which is okay. But if I were you, I wouldn't stick him at your left end or right end. I mean, you can if you want to since he has 93 speed. But if I were going to keep this card, I would definitely put him at my linebacker, and I would be trying to user him with that 93 speed. But if you're not going to user him, I would suggest sell him. Next card we have here is a Dominic Raiola. Now this card is just like the left tackle Ferguson. It all depends on what you're going to be doing. This card has 94 pass block and 86 run block, which isn't too bad. But if you're going to be running most of the time, you could sell this card for around 40K and pick up a card that's got a lot better run blocking for a lot less than this, and then pick up some other extra cards like the Mercedes Lewis blocking tight end or some other stuff like that. But if you're going to be passing most of the time, this card might be a good card for you. It's got 94 pass block, which is pretty good, and 91 strength and 88 impact blocking. So if you're a guy that passes most of the time, I would suggest getting this card and keeping it. But if you don't, I would suggest selling it. Alright guys, the last card we have here is a Reggie Wayne. This card is very good. I actually use him on my team. And if you get him, I would suggest keeping him unless all you do is throw it up the receivers, which most people don't do. Because he has 91 route running, 98 catching traffic, 92 speed, 93 spit catch. I use this guy in my slot because I have other big receivers that I can throw the ball up to on my outside. But if this is your only elite receiver because you pull him out of this pack, I would suggest keeping him at your one receiver, two receiver spot. Because this card is actually very good, as you can see. That's all with the seasoned veterans cards, and I do have one other set of cards to show you, which most of you probably already know about, and it's the Rising Star cards. These cards overperform. I think I have two of them on my team. I have the Bradley Roby at my cornerback number 3 spot in the slot. I used this guy a lot because he does have pretty good stats, I would say. And I did use Zach Martin in my right guard, which is very good. But all these cards, they really do overperform. Oh, and I do use a Denard Robinson at my running back. These cards do overperform their standards like crazy. And if a new one comes out and you need somebody at that position that's good, I would definitely suggest picking up these cards and putting them together in one of the sets and using them. Alright guys, I think that's going to be the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Again, if you want to see a hidden gem series or a series where I show you how to get coins, just let me know in the comments below. And that's going to be all, guys. I'm out.